introducing your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 167.2 pounds. He comes to the ring with a record of 24 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw, with 20 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Valledupar, Colombia, ladies and gentlemen, here is Janer Gonzalez. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the traditional Gronk gold trunks, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, he weighed in at 171 pounds. He comes to the ring representing Sugar Hill Boxing. He is undefeated with a perfect record of 13 wins, no draws, no losses, and 8 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Da'Velle Cadillac Smith. Referee Ansel Stewart with final fight instruction.
Good trunks is good right here. Receive your instruction. You're going to have a good, clean, professional fight. Touch them up. Let's go at the bell.
So Da'Velle Smith coming off another fight camp in Florida with his trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, also the voiceover artist for the intro to our broadcast.
Did a great job with that.
And hoping that his charge, Da'Velle Smith, get back in the knockout column, so to speak, here tonight. He's had a couple of good learning opportunities, Raul. Some good tests last time out against Martez McGregor, but we've seen him have to battle through a little of adversity against the likes of William Townsend and Antonio Todd.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, like we talked in the fight meetings, he found out that not everybody you hit is going to fall, and that's part of the game, you know, for an up-and-coming prospect. When you're coming up, you know, sometimes you're used to knocking everybody out, then all of a sudden you hit him with your best shot and the guy's still there, and then he's throwing punches back and he's coming forward. Part of the learning process, Corey.
Well, and Al, I think there's additional pressure when you're wearing those trunks and you have that trainer. The Kronk tree, so to speak, is always trying to sell knockouts.
Yeah, and we're so used to, you know, we live in a world now, a sports world that demands excellence immediately, and sometimes fighters have to develop. And the Townsend fight and the Todd fight were true tests for him. Townsend fight, a very close fight. He was rocked in that fight, and so now he's working on all that.
And you know what? Hopefully, you know, when he came up, when he was coming up, Da'Velle Smith, you know, there was a lot of talk, you know, they compared him with the Hitman Hearns. There's only one Hitman Hearns.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of like now that they don't call him the Hitman anymore, the Cadillac, Corey.
Well, that's a good long-range right hand and a left hook to the body. And you see Janer Gonzalez waving him in, but his body was telling a different story, one that suggested he felt that right hand out.
Yeah, Gonzalez, as you pointed out, coming up in weight, you know, he's been stopped a number of times, so these are dangerous early rounds for him. You know, Gonzalez can punch, but can he punch at 154? And 20 of his 24 wins have come by knockout. He's even got 3 knockouts this year. But all those fighters' combined record, 11-65. So not knocking out impressive fighters.
Perhaps one glimmer of hope here for Gonzalez, the fact that Smith did come in 2 pounds overweight. They were able to make an economic deal that made sense for Gonzalez to stay in the fight, but Smith said that he simply had drained everything he possibly could out of his body, Raul.
Yeah, yeah, you know, he had problems making weight. It's just one of those things, you know, obviously he had to pay a little fine, you know, but, you know, he's in there, he's trying to make the best out of it. I'm looking at Gonzalez, you know, Gonzalez is not going to win a fight from long range.
Yeah,
he's got to find a way to get inside right there. He's got to take advantage right there. Keep him on the ropes, keep him on the corners, but he had him there. Now he's backing all the way out. It takes too much work to get inside, you know, especially with a guy that has long arms like Da'Velle Smith.
Solid opening round here for Da'Velle Smith. Gonzalez at the end of that lengthy reach as we head back to the stools.
Well, the template for Smith, and Raul alluded to it, is to fight at this range where he can land things like that good straight left hand or right hand and keep his opponent at bay that way.
Let more hooks go. Don't worry about the right hand yet. Just work on setting the foot. Work on the balance on that foot, getting that foot together. The pullback's got to be heavy. You're trying to just lunge in so much. We can mix the bounce up. The bounce is too. Got to be like.
Round 2 underway. Heard the instructions from Sugar Hill Stewart in the Smith corner, and it's something, Al, that Smith himself was talking about in fighter meetings, just wanting to be a little bit more patient, not trying to force that right hand. And in fact, Sugar Hill Stewart told him, don't even worry about the right hand right now.
Yeah, very good point. And I want to give you some foreshadowing here. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but the left hook of Gonzalez got dangerously close from Smith's point of view, and there it was, to landing. And that punch could have an impact for Gonzalez in this fight.
Perhaps Sugar Hill Stewart seeing that as well and maybe instructing Da'Velle Smith, hey, throw a few fewer right hands because you might want to keep that at home.
Yeah, worried maybe that it will languish out there.
Just a little bit more bounce in the step, Raul, of Da'Velle Smith here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like, going in and out, it looks like he wants to be more on his feet, which is easier to manage the distance, when you're at mid-long range instead of being so flat-footed. Da'Velle Smith looks very focused. I like the way I like his look, and I like the way he's throwing his jab, and he's preparing something. He's looking for openings.
Well, it's been very difficult for Smith to focus in his personal life. Of course, he has a second child on the way as well, so it's a lot of late-night phone calls back home and trying to be a parent and a fighter at the same time.
Yeah, he said his wife is, who often is very involved with him in training and with him, and this time around she's watching the kids, and he was elsewhere training hard with Sugar Hill. Gonzalez has done a fairly good job of defense, even from long range. A lot of head movement, and while Smith is controlling these rounds, Gonzalez has kind of avoided getting hit with big shots.
Yeah, that's that veteran experience of Gonzalez. Now he got clipped there.
Oh, boy. Right hand
Never
from
mind.
Smith. The left hook wipes the table, and down goes Gonzalez.
You're right about that, Al.
And Gonzalez slowly getting up from one knee there. 25 seconds remaining here in round 2. Smith hunting for the knockout here in the second round, and that's a sweeping right hand that had an effect again. Ten seconds remaining in the round. A long-range right hand from Smith. Oh, huge left hook, and down goes Janer Gonzalez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And that is it. The Cadillac runs over Janer Gonzalez in the second round.
Well, like I said, Janer Gonzalez was doing a good job of avoiding power punches. Not exactly in that instance. He got rattled with the right hand and knocked down, and then this great finish from Da'Velle Smith. And we talked about the patience of him, not wasting punches, even though he's being aggressive. And so he really showed some of the things that they're working on.
Well, and it's telling either of the impact of the knockout or of Gonzalez's interest in continuing in the fight.
Yeah.
That if he had just got up, he could have entered the second round, but that was a buzzer-beater knockout, Raul.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that, let's remember, this guy's a veteran. He's fought at a lower weight class. He was fighting 2 weight classes or 3 above his regular weight class. He could have gotten up, but he said, you know what? Even if I get up and I continue in the third, fourth round, the same thing is bound to happen. And I think that's what we would have seen if it would have continued, guys.
Tough night for the 38-year-old Janer Gonzalez. Still feels like he has a couple more years remaining in the sport, but you have to feel that it would be best for him for it to be south of 168.
Yeah, it's a high weight for him, to be sure. Da'Velle Smith's wife in there. You mentioned she's been doing duty at home with their youngsters.
Well, Virgil Ortiz Jr. puts his WBC interim super welterweight title on the line against his toughest test yet, Erickson the Hammer Lubin, live from Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, Saturday, November 8th, only on DAZN. Da'Velle Smith picks up his 9th career knockout. It looks like we are just about ready to make that official.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put a big round of applause together for both of the fighters in the center of the ring. This matchup has ended at 2 minutes, 59 seconds of the second round for your winner by way of knockout, Da'Velle Cadillac Smith.
So Da'Velle Cadillac Smith, his first knockout with the new nickname, which I think is a fantastic one, Al.
If you give it your stamp of approval, then I'm confident he's going to continue with it.
It hits all the notes, right? It's the Motor
I
City.
agree.
It's a terrific nickname. And a terrific win here for Da'Velle Smith, now 14-0 with 9 knockouts. One of the stalwarts of this series here on Big Time Boxing USA.
And this fight demonstrated many things for Da'Velle Smith. Yes, fighting a veteran and maybe someone out of the top of his game, but what Da'Velle Smith did was show the patience that he talked about coming into the fight, not pushing, not rushing things, and instead, from long range, landing power shots like that, that ultimately would lead to that knockdown, and then this one that ended the fight with only seconds left to go in the round. And the power of that was just enough for Gonzalez to say, no, I just can't